Welcome to the Homeschool Together podcast. Where one working mom and a stay-at-home dad help you navigate the nuts and bolts of the growing and dynamic world of homeschooling.
With a focus on early learners, like me.
All the ins and outs of building and maintaining your homeschool life.
Homeschool.
Find out tips and tricks to make things like this easier.
I'm reading.
And ultimately, enjoy educating your kids. And what's that last thing?
Have fun together. Did I do good, Daddy?
Yeah, you did, sweetie. Good job. Hello and welcome to Homeschool Together podcast. Today we're going to be talking about a little movie. You may not have heard of it. It's on a very obscure streaming network. A movie called Mulan on Disney Plus. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. So we're going to talk a little bit about it today, what we thought about it, and whether or not we recommend it. So, but if you want to connect with us, head down in the show notes. We have all of our links to all the social media. Follow us, connect with us. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you can, leave us a review on iTunes. That would be amazing. Really helps us find new people. So, Ariel, we spent a pretty penny and downloaded or got to watch this very new hot movie on Disney Plus called Mulan.
Yeah, that's $29.99.
Yeah, so we pay the regular subscription, but Disney came in with their, meat hooks.
Yeah.
And they took a few extra bucks from us.
Yeah, I mean, so the argument is, right, well, if you were going to go to the theater, you would spend more than $30 probably. My argument is if we went to the theater, it would just be me and my daughter. We wouldn't go all of us.
You would get popcorn.
And we
get
get popcorn.
Get a drink. So
and there was no popcorn booza. So I'm just saying it wasn't the same experience.
It was not the same experience.
There was no popcorn.
It was a big screen though. We have a big screen.
It was a big
TV.
screen. We have a big screen. So
let's talk a little bit about the movie.
There are precious little things to do right now.
Yeah, there's so precious things. So we want to give you some ideas on what to do. So Disney Plus, drop that $30. We watched Mulan. Most of us are indifferent about the new movies that have been coming out from Disney.
Right, the remakes, the Beauty and the Beast and Lion King.
I'm in the camp of it's a cash grab.
And Aladdin.
And yeah, I'm in the camp that it's a cash grab by Disney, and so I'm purposely anti live action Disney movies because
we are also children of the 90s.
Children of the 90s
when these all came out.
Yeah, these movies were part of my childhood, so I don't know if I want to see them in live action. I want to see the cheesy animations.
Right. I know you were like, is there Mushu? No, there's not.
Is Mushu going to be in this? No, no Mushu. No Eddie Murphy. That
was a blessing.
No Cricky.
That was a blessing.
Okay.
Well, I miss Cricky. He was cool.
I miss the music. So
yeah.
So it's a live action shot in China. There's some stuff online about the movie or whatever. We're not going to talk about any of that. We're talking about
some anger that there wasn't released in Chinese subtitles.
We're just going to talk about the movie. Beautifully shot.
Yep.
Nice animation.
They did a really good job.
The actors and very good.
I really liked the gal who was Mulan.
She was.
Almost 5-year-old. Really, she connected with her.
Yeah.
And I could see that she was very into it. I think the whole movie sparked some discussions for us about. She was confused. We had to pause because she was like, she didn't understand. When there's a part where Mulan's father.
We will have to tell them there's a little bit of maybe a little spoilers if they haven't seen it.
No. We won't talk about the spoilers. We'll just give a. We're not going to spoil it for you.
Spoilers. There's no Mushu or Cricky, so I'm upset.
Right, and there's no music. There's no singing in it.
Well, they had a lot of the melodies of the
melodies,
soundtrack
right,
was in
but there was no actual singing, which I thought was great. Actually, this was a more
serious,
dramatic, and serious interpretation.
Compared to the other movies that they've come out with, like Aladdin, The Lion King, this was more of a serious adaptation of an animated movie, and I appreciated that. Like they took the same movie, and in essence, it was almost the same storyline except for a couple larger tweaks. But there were a couple tweaks to the story, but for the most part, it was a serious take on the movie, and it almost felt like a different movie, which was nice. If you're going to take one of your iconic properties that Disney has, are you going to do a shot for shot retake like in The Lion King?
Ugh.
Or are you going to try and reinvent it, right? you know, like with Beauty and the Beast, there was a little bit of a tweak, but it was basically the same movie.
I'm just going to say it right now.
Okay.
For all of you, wait.
Okay.
Wait. I got to pull up my soapbox. Hang
I'm
on.
waiting for our unsubscribe numbers to go down here.
Okay, listen.
Here's Ariel's hot take. Go.
I have a really big problem with Beauty and the Beast because they wrote new songs for the movie. When you have a Tony Award-winning Broadway show with amazing music that only has a few extra songs that have been added, they could have put those into the movie and it would have made the whole thing. But no, instead you write new music that is not nearly as good as the Broadway. I'm putting away my soapbox.
Yeah, they need to know that you're a Broadway theater fanatic.
I mean, those songs are good. I don't care who you are.
You had the same complaint about Aladdin, where you had this amazing guy who on Broadway who played Aladdin, and then they had to go be Will Smith. Okay, we're talking about Mulan.
I'm putting my soapbox away.
Yes.
So for Mulan, the one thing that I did have to explain to my daughter was there's a part early in the story where Mulan's father tells her that she needs to know her place, right? And that's kind of the whole thing about this story, right? It's that she's a woman and she's not supposed to ride a horse. She's not supposed to be able to do these other things. And so he tells her, you need to respect your place, that you're a woman. And I paused it and I said to my daughter, do you know what that means? She goes, no. I said, well, it means that she's in her culture in this time, she was expected to do these things, right? She was expected to marry and
take care of the home and
take
have
care
children.
of the home and the children and all these things. We were explaining the premise of that. And she was like, but that's wrong.
Almost 5-year-old was
I said,
angered.
I go, yeah, no, I know. And then later at some point he says, well, if they find her in the army, you know, they'll kill her, right? Which is something they said in the original movie too, something to that effect, right? That, you know, women were not allowed. And if they found that she was this imposter, that they would probably kill her. And my daughter was like, but why? She can be anything she wants to be. I was like, well, not at this time she couldn't. And so I do appreciate that it sparked some great discussions.
It did, yes.
Where we were able to tell her that not everywhere at every time, including some places today, can girls be anything they want to be and do anything that they want to do.
Yeah.
And have all those dreams. So that was really great. I really loved the actress that played Mulan.
She was very good.
The whole family, the father and the rest, it was all really well done. Great sets. I thought a lot of that was really positive, and I greatly enjoyed kind of that first half of the movie with her family, and then when she starts her training. I thought that was all really good.
So let's talk about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Mulan.
Yeah. So
all of a sudden it became
so she had the chi, and so she could do all these things.
Yeah,
so
they became super fighters. And
right. My only problem
with
with it, Jet Li, spoiler, Jet Li plays the Emperor. I guess that's not really a spoiler, but if you saw him, you wouldn't recognize that maybe that was Jet Li, but it was. And so there are some crazy moves from several of the different people in this that are just, I don't know that much about martial arts, but these are look impossible. And so where they were doing
the high wire string stuff that
there was
they've done in a lot of you'll get in a lot of the kung fu type of movies from that area.
I mean, there was just it was very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There was some crazy moves. There was some cloth, like long cloth pieces that moved in, mystical ways.
I think that's from my limited viewing of a lot of these kind of native Chinese movies, that's a thing. Like that's a cultural thing. That's kind of like part of the lore and culture of a lot of things where they can control the movement of, mystically be able to control the movement of things.
And maybe that's what they were going for.
Yeah,
To me,
I've seen that
was impossible.
Yeah.
Nobody could really do that, right?
And then there was
my only criticism.
And there was also the witch. That was a completely new character that was inserted into the
right. And you'll see that if you
storyline.
watch the trailer, that there is this it's just kind of this opposing female force in the movie, basically, for Mulan. I thought they used her very effectively. I thought that there was good messaging around her and her battle with Mulan. And so I greatly enjoyed the movie, other than some of the unrealistic stunt stuff.
Violence wasn't too.
No, it wasn't
much.
Overly. There was obviously death. There's battles and
but it
people
wasn't.
die.
There was no blood or.
No, it wasn't
like
gratuitous. It had a really great message, especially for young girls. we were fine watching it with our 5-year-old. There was no real issues with that. She wasn't afraid of any part of it. It didn't have anything that was really questionable to our family. Obviously, use your own discretion with your family, but we enjoyed it overall. I think that my recommendation to somebody else was I'd probably wait until it's just on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I don't know that it was like spectacular enough to be worth.
I would
the
imagine in
cost.
probably 6 to 9 months when they've recouped a lot of the costs. I believe this was a very expensive movie for them to make, and it was delayed due to the pandemic, and so eventually they just had to figure out how are they going to make their money back. So I understand why they're charging. It's a little high in my book. Like I thought they could maybe get $10 per household.
Yeah.
But they really went for the $30 thing, so I really don't know if it's worth the $30. But if you're really hurting for a good movie and you need something new, and like the kids are like, I want to see something new, maybe. But I think what's important is there's the Siskel and Ebert thumbs up, there's the Metacritic, there's the Rotten Tomato rating, but then there's the Ariel Fun Meter rating. Ariel has forever been yelling or getting on her soapbox about how there needs to be a new rating system that only she can invent and rate.
I just want to say, did you enjoy it?
What was the fun reading?
What was it enjoyable?
Yeah.
Was that an enjoyable way? We're all busy. Our time is precious and valuable, right? Was that an enjoyable way to spend 2 hours?
I don't care what some guy in the Village, newspaper wrote about the heady nature of this movie. I don't care about that guy, and I don't care about a bunch of people spamming, the user reviews. I need the Ariel. Was this movie fun? Would it be worth watching?
Yeah.
Is it worth watching with a $30 price tag on top of?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's a little steep for it. But hey, if you want something new, it's not crazy. Obviously, you would spend more if you went out to a theater. So there's that. But I thought it was fun. It was enjoyable.
It's like takeout.
Yeah, it was just
go to McDonald's and get 60 chicken nuggets for the family. You're going to be blowing $30.
That's never happened to us.
That has never happened in the last 4 or 5 days in our house.
Don't talk about that. So yeah, I would say it was fun. It just comes in at sub 2 hours. It is extremely difficult to find good movies that you can watch with all ages, as we have found. Yeah, because they don't really make those movies anymore.
This is something you've been hitting. Like, you bring it up when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. Why are there no good family movies that I want to watch anymore?
I feel like there was great
Where's the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie?
Yeah, there was great family movies in the 90s, and we had good ones in the 80s. And then now
you're looking for the good family movies that are not animated. Like we all know that there's the great animated movies.
Have gotten amazing.
Yeah, like it's so funny. We've watched a couple animated movies with my folks the last few months, and they were shocked at how good they were.
Right.
Like, Pixar makes good movies. Yeah.
Right. They're good on more than just a kid level, on a family level. And I think they were surprised. But I think that good family fare has moved into that realm.
Yeah.
And then the rest of family movies are either like, the
super
Disney,
slapsticky, silly.
Almost like they're, in my opinion, they either go like made for TV or made for streaming. Like they're just kind of low budget, Hallmarky, cheesy, or there's something like a Disney property, which a lot of times is, right, they'll put Will Smith in there and they'll try to do, they're doing something it feels like more of a cash grab. So it is hard to find a movie that's genuinely good, that we all enjoyed, and that is made recently. That's hard to find. So I thought for that, it was an enjoyable movie. We were thoroughly entertained the whole time. It wasn't too long to hold her attention. Even the little one watched for a little while and was interested. So I would say on a family note, I'd recommend it.
But not for $30.
No, probably not. But we'd love to hear what you thought of Mulan. So definitely reach out to us on Facebook and let us know your thoughts. Thanks so much for joining us today and making us a part of your homeschool journey. Please engage with us on social media. Join our Homeschool Together podcast group on Facebook and find us at Homeschool Together Podcast on Instagram. We'd love to hear your feedback, questions, and recommendations. Until next time.
Happy homeschooling!